Bored out of your mind? Not sure what to watch? Are you disappointed in Game of Thrones? Well, maybe you've completely given up on what to watch by now. Each of us knows at least one person whom we would say is closed minded. Hey, I get it. I myself am certainly guilty of being closed minded at times. It is said that original thought comes from our essential being, not from outside influences. According to psychologytoday.com, it is fear that generally keeps the mind closed. So, what are you afraid of? Heck, some of us are so disconnected from one another, we literally have no sense of community. For example, you might find yourself in class and sitting across from you, that student may mirror your own interests. But how would you know? Without a conversation, right? In a post-COVID world, not all of us are ready to jump back into the social interaction part of life. According to verywellmind.com, a 2021 study of 240 US adults found that social anxiety symptoms significantly increased during the COVID shutdowns. But we can't stay hermit crabs forever. The question, why do people do the same thing over and over, has entranced philosophers, anthropologists, economists, and psychologists for centuries. If you're anything like me, then you're also a creature of habit. Couple that with nostalgia, and that's a formula to watch things over and over, again, in your comfort zone. In an article found within the Journal of Consumer Research, it is noted that the dynamic linkages between one's past, present, and future experiences through the reconsumption of an object allows existential understanding. Therefore, the last problem I want to point out is that nostalgia combined with rewatching things can be a hell of a drug that can keep you from discovering new things you may truly love. But fear not, my fellow co-humans, for there is a solution to your troubles. It's time for you to watch anime. Anime, short for animation, is recorded in Japan by Japanese voice actors. And luckily for you, it's widely available in English. Accessible on most streaming platforms such as Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, and HBO Max. Remember, if you say no, no, no all the time, how are you going to get out of your comfort zone? Once you come to like the anime aesthetic, you're going to have so much fun. There are thousands of titles, and it's all about finding the right one for you. My first recommendation is Princess Mononoke, which can be found on HBO Max. Another encouraging aspect is that a typical anime episode is between 22 and 24 minutes long. Arguments against watching anime are that the medium is only for Japanese audiences, or that you just don't have time for this kid stuff. And that goes hand in hand with general closed-mindedness. Well, if you enjoy Game of Thrones, for instance, you should find it interesting that some of the best titles you've never heard of are anime fantasy titles. Game of Thrones has 73 episodes, and each episode is about an hour long. A 12-episode anime series only takes you about 4 hours to binge, or about the length of 2 movies. By the same token, I suggest the fantasy franchise Sword Art Online, found on Hulu and Netflix. If you wish to explore the anime landscape proper, 2 anime sites that I recommend are Kitsu and My Anime List. Watching anime is a hunt, a conquest, a thirst for adventure. Critics will claim that you will be alone on your journey of discovering hundreds of new characters, worlds, music, and all sorts of different styles of art. Those critics are wrong. Kitsu and MyAnimeList.net, or MAL for short, are communities you can join online where you don't watch anime, but rather keep records of shows you've seen, currently see, or plan to see. Kitsu has an attractive interface and is designed as a friendly social media platform, while Mal has more statistics, has been around longer, and has more users. Creating a free account with either website could definitely get you into anime because it incentivizes you to watch more shows and complete them. My third recommendation for you is my daughter's favorite, Sailor Moon. Oh yes. This is 90s classic, can be found on Hulu. Interesting anime titles that you've never heard of can be found in any decade. Anime is bigger medium than you may think. Violence, robots, Pokeballs, and Dragon Balls are just the tip of the iceberg. Anime has so much more to offer. Those that oppose my message will say, I don't need anime, Chris. I'm perfectly fine with my catalog of current movies and shows. My response to them is that while it's cool to enjoy entertaining titles, those shows are in your comfort zone. This is about expanding your horizons to types of content that aren't just presented right in front of you. To illustrate, my final recommendation is a dystopian thriller, Psycho-Pass. This can be found on Hulu and also Prime Video. Now you're ready to start your path on finding new anime shows and movies that will tickle your fancy. Envision yourself as an anime connoisseur with decades of content to sort through as your domain. This is about the discovery of binge-worthy shows that you've never heard about. You'll be excited to learn about characters you never thought of you could love, or characters you thought you could never even cry about. But if you do not adopt my solution, I'm sorry to say, but your adventure through life will be severely narrowed if you keep limiting yourself. Would you really want to miss out on some of the best stories, not just in anime, but ever? So check it out. Here are 3 things you can do to start your journey into anime. Make a Mal or a Kitsu profile and put all the shows that interest you on your list. Give it the old college try and partake in the active anime community. If you have Amazon Prime, then you get Prime Video for free. Most college students get a discounted rate for Hulu. Like myself, I pay $5.99 a month. Or take advantage of 30-day free trials. On your chill day, pick one that catches your eye and watch some anime. Support the industry by purchasing an anime title on Blu-ray or digital. A website that promotes good deals is rightstuff.com. Never again will you have the burning question, what will I watch next? After all, this is about your self-discovery.